Hello! Today I'm going to be talking about perfumes. I feel like there's a point in every woman's life where there's just a really intense fragrance phase, and I'm going through that right now. Like, my whole life, I loved perfume and I loved scent, but I was never really into anything expensive. It was like Bath and Body Works, and I had my favorites and blah, blah, blah. And I've been pretty much wearing the same perfume for about 2 years now, maybe even a little over that. In the past 2-ish months, I've been going through the fragrance buying phase, which is great because I think it's giving me something else to be interested in, have something new to research, I guess. So that's been really fun, but it is an expensive hobby. So most of what I've collected recently has been just samples, which is great because the only real way I can buy perfume is blind buying or getting samples. So I wrote down I went and did some research. I found all of the perfumes that I've been loving, found them on their websites, and wrote down all of the notes. So I'll have those to reference for you if you're interested or if it sounds like a fragrance you might like. So I think I'm going to start with the perfume that I've been wearing for the past literally 2 years, and I've always gotten so many compliments on it, and that is Glossier You. I know she's a little basic, but she's incredible. I love this scent because it smells so different on every person. Funny story with this perfume is that I bought myself, no. I wished for it one year for Christmas, and I got a small bottle, and I wore it all the time. And my mom loved the scent on me so much that she bought me another bottle and she bought herself a bottle. And she wore it herself and she did not like how it smelled. And I felt so bad. I was like, I guess that just goes to show that it really does smell different on every person. And she ended up giving me that bottle. So that's what I'm holding right now. This is the bottle that she gave me, and it's pretty much brand new. Like, I don't even think I've used this one yet because I'm still finishing my other bottle. But Glossier You, this is like been my ride or die for a few years now, and I get so many compliments. And I did go in and write the notes for this one. The Glossier website didn't have like a specific top, heart, and base note list, but from the description it says mainly made of base notes. The notes are pink pepper, ambrox, iris, and ambrette seeds, which I thought was interesting because I guess maybe I'm just not super familiar with all of those as individual scents. But on me, it smells very spicy, but in a really feminine, spicy way. So I think it's mostly the pink pepper that comes out on me. But then again, like I said, I just don't really know what those other notes smell like individually other than iris. I adore how this smells in the bottle, and I adore how it smells on me. And part of the reason I kind of started branching out with perfume generally is because I was a little sick of wearing this, which doesn't mean that it's any less of a great scent, but I've just been wearing it every day for almost 2 years, so I was kind of ready to move on to something different, but still have this to come back to on days that I want something familiar. So that's perfume number 1. Okay, this one is kind of unserious because I cleaned out my closet, which I actually showed in my last video, and I dug up a relic. This is the One Direction Our Moment perfume. I did not go in and write the notes of these. I don't even remember what they are, but I just had to shout it out because I thought it was hilarious that I found this deep in my closet. It's very, I'm honestly not the most massive fan of this scent, so it's more of like a nostalgia item. But since we were talking about perfume, I was like, I just need to give a little display to this girl. She is precious. Okay, and the other perfume, this perfume video is all over the place. I'm kind of talking about perfumes that I have loved and perfumes that I'm currently loving. But this is another one I found when I cleaned out my closet. It was time to clean it out. But this is Love's Baby Soft. This is like the first perfume my mom ever bought me when I was a kid, and it literally smells like fresh, like baby powder. And I know that doesn't sound very like attractive as a scent, like baby powder. Why would you want to smell like baby powder? But it's just so clean. Not in like a linen way, but in like a clean skin kind of way. And almost a little musky, like barely. I did not look up the notes for this one either, because again, these are the unserious perfumes. But this smells like my childhood. This is nostalgia in a bottle, and I just wanted to talk about it since I found my little bottle of it. Okay, time to get into the serious perfumes. I went into Sephora the week before my birthday, and I wanted to get myself something, and I ended up getting the replica, like sample set, the Maison Margiela sample set with all of the little replica, or some of the replica perfumes in it. And there were two that I fell in love with, head over heels. If I ever get more money, I will be purchasing full sizes. And those two are Jazz Club and Bubble Bath. I'm going to talk about Jazz Club first. This one, I have not fallen harder for a scent in so long. Like, this was one of those perfumes that literally stuck in my nose. Like, I could not stop thinking about it the first time I smelled it. And this was kind of what started my wave of perfume buying. I have the notes written here somewhere. The top notes are pink pepper, primo fiore, lemon oil, and neroli oil. The heart notes are rum absolute, clary sage oil, java vetiver oil, and the base notes are styrax resin, tobacco leaf, and vanilla bean CO2. It is like, I think the name is so perfect for it because it is smoky. It's kind of peppery. It's like, it's the perfect warm scent. I know they have one called By the Fireplace, and that scent's a little woodier, but this one is like, it's almost cozier to me than By the Fireplace, which feels like it should be the cozier scent, but this is just so warm. It's a little sexy, it's a little sultry, but still, like, it's the perfect winter scent, which obviously I'm not going by season because it's the beginning of summer right now, but I will be wearing this year round. This is probably what I'll wear when I go on a date. Like, from now on, any dates I go on will be Jazz Club. It is so sensual and beautiful. I love the scent. And the other thing is, there's so many, I think part of the reason I wasn't a huge perfume person before this was because all of the perfumes that I've smelled in the past were things that I'd smelled on my mom and my grandmother, and they were all very familiar scents, but they didn't stand out to me in any way, if that makes sense. There was nothing unique about them that made me fall in love with them as well, other than just knowing them for being worn on someone I love. And this scent was like the first one that boggled my mind for being so completely different from anything I've ever smelled in my life. It was like it was a revolutionary moment for me. So thank you, Jazz Club, for starting it all. She's beautiful. And then the other replica perfume is the Bubble Bath. This honestly doesn't smell like bubble bath to me, but it smells like linen that has just come out of the dryer that had like 6 dryer sheets in it. It, like, a lot of linen-y scents are more clean than they are scented, I guess, and this one feels like it's more like there's something beyond just fresh clothing, like something that gave it a little oomph, like dryer sheets or something. Like I said, I don't particularly get bubble bath. Like, when I first smelled it, the first thing I thought of was fresh linen, fresh clothes right out of the dryer. The top notes are soap bubbles accord, pink pepper essence, and bergamot essence. The heart notes are lavender flower accord, rose super essence, and jasmine absolute. The base notes are patchouli essence, coconut milk accord, and white musks. So I definitely get like a little bit of lavender and definitely some pink pepper as well, but this is just such a good perfume for feeling fresh, but smelling not, like, smelling fresh, but not in a basic way, if that makes sense. Not in like a, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's just so unlike anything I've smelled in like fresh linen scents. So, but again, if you like fresh smelling things, this definitely does fall under the bubble bath ideology, like fresh, clean, kind of skin scents, I guess. It's just a beautiful perfume, and I can't wait to buy a full size of this. Actually, the first time I really tried this, I'd sprayed it on a stuffed animal, and that was when I fell in love with it, because I'd tried it on my skin and I didn't really appreciate it, but then I'd sprayed it on a stuffed animal that I was about to like cuddle with and go to sleep with, and it just smelled so good. It made that stuffed animal smell like it had just come out of the dryer. And that's when I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. So there's that. Next, we're going to talk about a couple perfumes that I got from Scentbird. Number one, I'm actually not going to use this bottle because it's like broken. Actually, you know what, who cares, whatever. This one did leak a little bit when I got it in the mail. It was my first order from Scentbird, which kind of sucked, and it was all leaky, so there's still a little bit in it, but I had a replacement scent, so it was all good. But so this is a Nosferatu scent by Heretic. I heard everyone talk about this perfume, and I needed to try it, but I was not about to spend like $120 something on a full-size bottle as a blind buy, which I am so glad that I didn't do, because the first time I smelled this, I did not like it. It took some time to grow on me, and I think maybe right off the bat, it didn't smell like what I thought it would smell like, and that's kind of where it threw me off. And I found that my nose kind of got irritated from smelling it when it was right out of the bottle fresh on my skin. But as I wore it throughout the day, it settled down so much, and the dry down was just perfection. Like, I loved how it smelled once it dried down, and I could smell it several hours later, which I found with a lot of perfumes, they just don't last. And maybe that's just because all of my life I've worn really cheap perfume, like Bath & Body Works stuff. Oh, it's leaking. Shoot. Okay, well, I guess I'm wearing this now. Crap. This is why I've been keeping this bottle upright. I'm gonna put that down now. Let me read you the notes. Where are we at? Nosferatu. The top notes are lilac and cambret. Did I spell that right? I don't know if I'm saying the right word. The heart notes are petrichor, violet absolute, orris concrete. I literally can't read my own handwriting. Orris concrete and cypriol. The base notes are vegan, ambergris, oud, and labdanum. A lot of words I can't really pronounce that I've never heard in my life. But like I said, as it dried down on my skin, I really, really fell in love with it. I was getting the petrichor, I was getting the iris and the violet most of all. Did it say iris? No, it was just violet. Lilac and violet, that's what I meant, not iris. I think, honestly, my initial reaction to it just showed how perfectly this scent encapsulated Nosferatu in the movie, because it was off-putting to me at first. Like, I just did not like it, and it was kind of an acquired taste, and I kind of feel like that's perfect for what it's supposed to represent. And it does just feel dreary, and like, I mean, obviously petrichor is the scent of the earth after it rains, and it does kind of feel like stepping out of a dark, dingy castle into like the nighttime when it's just stopped raining and that scent is just lingering on the concrete. I definitely get that more now than I did when I first smelled it, now that I've had time to like think about it and what the notes are and all of that. So I definitely do recommend getting a sample. It was pretty cheap on Scentbird. Thank you, Scentbird. Not sponsored, but thank you, Scentbird, for giving me. But yeah, I did get a replacement, and they sent me a little like carrying case thing. So we're all good. But yeah, it has the little Nosferatu type text on it. If you were a fan of the movie, I would definitely recommend getting a sample of it, but don't blind buy it. Speaking of Heretic, though, I think I'm going to buy one of their other sample sets, because I really did fall in love with this, and I really fell in love with the projection and how long it lasted, so I want to try more of their scents, and they're definitely like more on the gothic side, which I really, really love. So the other one that I got from Scentbird, I actually had this in a smaller sample, and I used up all of my samples, so I bought a Scentbird bigger sample, is the Juliet Has a Gun scent. Is that? Oh, that's upside down. I had a Juliet Has a Gun sample set, and I honestly I was not a huge fan of them. They were what fell into my mind as basic. Like, they weren't giving anything unique, in my opinion, from the scents that I like. They all smelled vaguely similar, and again, maybe I just need to go through and really wear them and let them dry down and kind of judge them based off of that, because I don't think I've fully given them the time of day. But anyways, this was the one sample in that set that I really loved, and let me read you the the notes. The top notes are Veroli, raspberry, and geranium. The heart notes are orange blossom, jasmine, jasmine sambac, tuberose, and iris butter. The base notes are sandalwood, patchouli, and salicylate. Again, when I don't really know a word, it's hard to read my handwriting and say it out loud. Anyways, this was what I was wearing earlier. All I can smell is nosferatu now. It's warm, but in a, I'm so bad at describing perfumes. Like I'm doing my best. It's warm, but in a unique way. It's not like a warm vanilla, but it almost has the warmth that a lot of vanilla scents do. I know there's technically not any vanilla notes in it, but it's kind of warm and comforting in the same way that vanilla is, but with the pops of the geranium and was it lavender? Just the very floral orange blossom. Yeah, so you're getting the pops of like that kind of florally scent with the geranium and the orange blossom, the jasmine, and the iris butter. I don't know what iris butter is, but if it's iris the flower, then yeah, same deal with just the little pops of floral. It's more for kind of, I feel like this is a scent that I could wear to bed, but it's also a scent that I would wear just to feel warm and cozy. It's kind of like, I feel like this is a better scent for summer. It's warm and cozy in a summery way. So I'm excited to wear this season. Another one I wanted to talk about was a Toka fragrance. I also got this around the same time I got Jazz Club, so it was kind of one of the first ones that I'd tried. It came in a little set of 3, and this was my favorite of the 3. This is Toka's Florence scent. This, right off the bat, immediately smells like strong gardenia. Like, immediately. That's the first thing that I could smell in it, the first note. Also, these bottles are adorable. It's so florally. Sometimes I've worn it a few times, and sometimes if I put too much on, it's overwhelmingly florally, like it bothers my nose a little bit, but if you put on the perfect amount that's not too much, it lingers so beautifully. And let me read you the notes, but like I said, right off the bat, gardenia. La la la, let's see where you at, Florence. Where you is Florence? Oh, there she is. The top notes are Italian bergamot and grapefruit leaves, green pear and apple. The heart notes are ivory, gardenia, crushed violet petals, jasmine, tuberose, and blue ivy. The base notes are blonde wood and white musk. So there's lots of complexity in it, but if you are looking for a super florally scent that doesn't really smell like every other floral scent that you smell, gardenia might actually be what you need. This is another great one for summer too, just because I feel like summer is very much the season to wear floral scents, to wear lighter scents, happier scents, even though I wear ones that are not that all year round. This is a great one for summer in my opinion. Okay, and the last ones I'm going to talk about are actually from an Etsy shop. They do have a website that you can purchase from, but I found them on Etsy, so that's like where I refer to them from. They are called Ollie and Max Soap Co., and they have a ton of gothic themed fragrances and other products, but I had one of their sample sets in my Etsy cart for so long, and I finally bought it. I believe it was like $17 with shipping for 6 samples, which is a great deal, I feel like. So I'm going to talk about these one at a time. I'm going to talk about my favorite one first, and that is, is that right set up? And that is Haunted. I cannot express to you how much I adore this scent, and I want it to live on my skin for the rest of my life. Like, I saved the best for last, for realsies. I honestly expected this to be more like kind of gothic, almost Nosferatu vibes just because of the name, but this smells like the most perfect fall candle. Like that scent that you get hit in the face with when you walk into a Michael's or a Hobby Lobby during fall time, when like the thousands of candles they have are all sitting like in the front rows and you just get hit with that scent right when you walk in the store. That's what this smells like in the best possible way. It is the epitome of what fall smells like. It's apple, it's like warmth, it's spicy, I love this so much. It's like Also kind of Bath and Body Works fall. It's just what I remember smelling when I walked into all of the big department stores during fall that had like that sell candles or sell scents. This is that scent in the best, most beautiful way. This is probably one of my favorite scents that I've ever had the honor of smelling in my entire life. I'm being dramatic about it, but that's just how much I love it. So let me read you the notes. Okay, the notes are, on the website they didn't have them listed as top, heart, and base notes, but the notes generally and the description says, Haunted is the crisp scent of fallen leaves and cedar, with hints of Chizu pear and citrus, finished with spiced apples and amber. And that is the most perfect description. It is like everything that I think fall smells like. It's such a nostalgic autumn scent as well. It, like, the second that I smelled it, I was taken back into my childhood. It was so beautiful, and I have not had an experience that, like, full body since I tried this. With any perfume, I've not had a reaction like I had to this one. Dude. Okay, enough about Haunted. I love that scent. And they are super affordable. I think the full size of that was like $18 or $20, which is super, super cheap. My only thing with this brand and all of the fragrances that I've tried is the last time is really short. Like when I've worn them, I haven't smelled it on my skin for more than an hour, really, which sucks. But the scents are so gorgeous that it's like, I'm going to keep wearing them anyways, and I'm going to keep purchasing them. I'll just apply it. So the next one is one that I think this was the reason I had added these to my cart in the first place. I'm always on the hunt for tea scented perfumes, and I've had a really hard time with them over the years generally, and I kind of gave up, but I came back to trying to find some. So I think I looked up Earl Grey scented perfumes on Etsy, and that's where I found this. This is the scent Earl Grey tea. It definitely has that little bit of lavender that Earl Grey has. So here, let me read you the notes. The notes are, Earl Grey tea is light notes of tea leaves and bergamot with a subtle floral finish. So definitely get that. Definitely getting the tea, definitely getting the floral. Anyways, that smells so lovely. And then the last one that I really, really loved out of the 6 that I bought is Dark Academia. The notes for this one are leather, suede, and myrrh, followed by musk with a hint of vanilla. This, to me, again, I love dark gothic scents. I love perfumes. My rule of thumb is to try to find perfumes that smell the way that The Secret History feels. And I think that this kind of encapsulated that in a lot of ways. It's called Dark Academia, so fitting. And it smells like kind of musty paper mixed with something darker and like a little haunting. This is a scent that if I smelled on someone else, it would stick in my brain. I would not be able to stop thinking about it for so long because it's such a unique scent, number one. And it really like, okay, here's a good comparison. The Papier, Le Papier, whatever that's called, from Diptyque, that one also very much smells like kind of like it has a papery finish, but it's really light in my opinion. This one smells like that if it were a little more intense and the fragrance were a little more forward. It is not as subtle as that fragrance is, but if you like the general scent of that, I think that you might like Dark Academia. So let me read you the notes. The notes on this one were really cool, really fascinating. I was like, how do you even put that in a perfume? But they did it. Did I already read it? I already read it, didn't I? I did. Yeah, so the leather and suede definitely come out really strong, even though to me it's like a little bit papery. But that also could just be because in my brain I associate Dark Academia with like paper and reading and books and all of that. If you want to smell mysterious and dark and kind of unknowable, that feels like the perfect scent. It's also just a great fall and winter scent because it's so dark and dreary but interesting and mysterious at the same time. So these are from Ollie & Max. I cannot wait. I will definitely be purchasing full sizes of Haunted and Earl Grey tea. Okay, I lied. I have 2 more. I forgot about these. These are both ones that I purchased because of Caitlin Richardson. Bless her. Bless her heart. Number 1, Portrait of Lady. She talked this scent up so much, and I was like, it has a beautiful name. It smells like rose, is what she says. Like, that is exactly what I need. I've been the past few months I've been kind of going through a rose phase with like my body care. Like I have rose oil and rose like shower gel. So I love smelling like rose coming out of the shower and all that. So I was like, this would be such a perfect way to top off. Like if I really went triple duty with the rose scents, this would be a perfect way to top it off because I haven't really found a rose perfume that I like. And this one is immediately you get rose, but it's almost a spicy rose. I'm not as eloquent at describing it as she is, so she talks about it like every one of her perfume videos. So if you want to hear her describe it, go watch her videos. But it is so magical. It's so sophisticated. It makes me feel like a woman in the best way. The notes are, the top note is rose. The heart notes are blackcurrant, raspberry, and clove. The base notes are patchouli, sandalwood, and frankincense. So it definitely, like, you're getting rose right off the bat, but it's smokier and spicier underneath. This is also one of the few perfumes that I've really been able to distinguish in my head, like, the difference in scents. Like, I get rose, but I also get something spicier, and sometimes, like I said, I'm not very good at describing perfumes, so because it's kind of hard for me to distinguish the notes apart from each other. And this one I felt like was very straightforward with the difference in notes, and that was kind of fun for me to be able to realize that I could talk about the notes differently. So this is Portrait of a Lady. This is from Scent Split, also because of Caitlin Richardson. She has a discount code, and I definitely used that to get these two. And then the other one I bought because of her is the Molecule 01 Plus Black Tea, also from Scent Split. Again, she caught my attention as soon as she said something that had black tea in it, because like I said, I've been looking for tea-scented perfumes, and none of the ones that I've tried or smelled before really smelled like tea in the slightest. So I've had some luck in the past few months. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous scent. I did get Molecule 01, just the regular one, per her recommendation. I think I need to play around with it a little more because I wasn't really smelling a lot of it, and she says that happens with a lot of people that try. Side tangent. Anyways, that's how I ended up with Molecule 01 Plus Black Tea. This is, like, it's so incredible to me how they can put tea in a bottle in this way. I think lighter tea fragrances are perfect for summer, and this is another one that's like a summer day with a glass of iced tea. Like, maybe with some honey in it, something sugary, something comforting and cooling at the same time, if that makes sense. So I'll read the notes. This one was pretty straightforward. I don't think there was a whole lot of hidden stuff in it. So the website describes it as ISO E Super plus black tea, and ISO E Super is abstract synthetic molecule with a cedarwood tonality and a warm velveting cocooning sensation. And then the black tea is just dried leaves of the tea plant Camellia simensis. So yeah, it's definitely like a great tea scent for summer. I feel like both of those, the Earl Grey tea and the black tea, are perfect for summer. So those are all of the fragrances that I've been wearing and obsessing over right now. I'm gonna smell like nosferatu for the next... See, literally I smelled my wrist and I was like, that smells so much better than it does straight out of the bottle. Because it does. It's just better once it dries down, in my opinion. It is one of the most interesting scents I've ever smelled, though. Like, all of these fragrances I really loved because they brought something unique that I hadn't smelled before, and I love Nosferatu for that same reason. Going on another tangent. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope that maybe you found something you'd like to try. Definitely go to websites like Scentbird. Scentbird usually has more high-end brands, but they do have a lot of Heretic scents and Julie Azagun scents. Anyways, thank you for watching!